Ethereum Classic is giving a major buy signal right now in the market. From our current price point, we're nearly 1000% away from the old all-time high, giving Ethereum Classic massive potential in this upcoming bull run, because you would know, if you're looking at the entire crypto market, the bull market is just beginning. A lot of these coins are up massive in this last few weeks. And Ethereum Classic is giving a major buy signal right now in the market, telling us that we can enter into our long-term positions, expecting that close to 1000% gain to the upside. In this video, I'm going to give you my full price prediction for Ethereum Classic coming into 2023 and this 2026 bull run. Make sure to smash the like, subscribe, leave a comment, tap that notification bell. If you're up to date with all of my latest videos, you would know that the absolute first thing that I do is I start on the weekly time frame. I get a chart that actually gets every single price action, and from there I want to actually look at the overall price action that has happened. This is the last bull run where we went from close to $5 to nearly $180 in the market. From that $180, we've clearly dropped down to that $13 level, but right now we are getting that major signal, because what we've actually added onto our chart is this exponential moving average. We've got the 20 EMA, which is this orange line on the chart. Now what we actually want to focus on is the slope of the EMA. Since for a long time the slope has clearly been down, the high probability play to the downside, but what's actually happened in this last region, we've actually got continuous support zones. Every time we've come into this level, there's been a really solid amount of buys all the way back into April of 2022. So we've had over 1 year of price action that when we've come into these lower prices, there's clearly been buys, which just shows me there's a lot of buy orders in this market right now at that $14 range, and it's not allowing price to go much below. We've now got the uptick in the EMA, which has given me the signal that, okay, I can now enter my long-term positions on ETC, because not only are we at that support zone, we're just pushing out of the support zone, but we've got the uptick in the exponential moving average. We haven't had an uptick very consistently since this region really back here, and even we scroll out, we had a small uptick in the market, but really when you actually look at the bars in this uptick, not very bullish. When you actually look at the bars in this uptick, we had 1, 2, and then completely bearish nearly instantly, whereas this you have 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks consistently of that bullish momentum. So what I'd really be looking for is, you can see with the exponential moving average right now, it's actually at that blue line. What I'd actually be looking to is enter at that EMA. You can see right now we're close to 8% away, so we're actually overpaying our position by 8%, because this 20 EMA is actually representation of the average price, and we want to be buying as close to the average price as possible, again, because trading is always buying low and then selling high. You never want to be buying high and then trying to sell lower. You're obviously going to lose money. Rather than buying high, you want to be buying low and then selling high. So we want to wait for that retrace into that 20 exponential moving average, but we have got the signal. EMA is now upticked. I don't want to overpay by 8%, so I'm going to be looking to buy in around that $17 region, but the EMA could actually continue to uprise, because if we get multiple weeks of continuous high prices, it's actually going to increase the average price, and then I'm going to have to buy at a higher overall average price, but I'd still rather get in at the overall average price than be paying 8% above the average price. So we've got the entry signal. We can now say, okay, ETC is in that support zone. ETC has flipped to the upside slightly on the exponential moving average. Again, it is not in the major strong signal, but when we look at some of these old regions, we did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of continuous upside momentum here, and we did have that uptick in the EMA. So again, we just need to be very cautious. One of the last overall visualizations I really like to do is actually start from this bottom end of the complete low of this bull market and go to the top of the last bull market in 2018. Then we're also going to do a new box from the low of this 2020 and all the way up into this 2020 region, 2022 region, and then we're going to flip this across. What I really want to signify is, look at the low end of this box of this first bull run, and now look at the low of this second box. Right now, if you actually look at the current price, we're really at the bottom 25% of this overall box, and even if we look at this second box over here, we're basically in the bottom 50% of the overall box. And what I just want to show you is, the goal of trading is always to be buying low and to be selling high. And if we even just look at this right now, price action and we were to sell in the high region of the box, that's still a fantastic trade. We're buying in the bottom region or the probably bottom 40% of this box, and we're selling at that 100% range. If we look at the overall price action potential, it's around 150% gain, and the overall probability is very, very decent. Reason being is, again, we're looking at where the last overall bull run actually happened, and when we look at the current price, we're probably in the bottom 15% of the overall price, and this entire region is the overall profit margin. And really the goal again is just to be buying low and to be selling high. And when I'm just looking at this visually, I'm seeing the box of the last bull run, I'm seeing the box of 2 bull runs ago, and I'm saying, if I'm looking at the overall price, is this buying low at this price? Yes, we are going to be buying low at this price. That's why ETC is going to become part of my portfolio. We're going to be entering on that 20 EMA. Now let's actually look at some potential price points that I'd look to be getting out of my position when we do enter, then some potential price points. I'd rather do all that now because I'm not emotionally involved. Rather than actually having a position and you're seeing the numbers go up and down, you get emotionally involved and you let the numbers actually affect your trading. Whereas now I'm not emotionally involved. I can actually come up with my entire trading plan and go from there and have that plan, have it written down, have an entire video, so when I can go back and say, oh, these are the levels that I actually want to be selling at, rather than saying, oh no, I think ETC can go 1,000,000 times higher. Well, no, let's actually use our rational mind that we used in the past and actually say, okay, these are some rational levels that we can get out of ETC. Now for ETC, there's only actually one level that really makes a massive standout to me right now in the market, because we can't actually go off the old all-time high. Reason being is we can see how really quick we basically in 1 week we went from $45 all the way up to $180. So there's not much price action actually traded between this price. It basically went all the way up, all the way down, and there's not much actually price action traded in these prices between here and here. It's actually more traded on this bottom end of the market than anything in this top end of the market. So it's very, very hard to make that distinction, but there's one major level that I really want to look at, and it's actually right here in this market. So what I really want to look at is, initially we were making major highs all in this level. We clearly had that uptick in the EMA, meaning high prices, much higher probability. In this level we actually pushed much higher to the upside, initially became a small resistance level, then we actually came to the downside back into this EMA perfect buy zone. Then what happened? We made a major push to the upside, then we did have that retracement. Where did the retracement line up? Perfectly, look here, initially resistance, now lines up with the support. So we've got that support in that level. Then again, we actually use this level as a support zone, coming and using it as the 20 EMA support, and again made a push to the upside. Where did we support in this zone? Supported again, even here. Then we eventually had that breakdown. So initially this was a support level, then what happened? Got the breakdown. And after that breakdown, what actually happened? Where was the resistance level? We came back into this region that was acting resistance, support, resistance, and again push to the upside. Which level did we use as a resistance? Again, very similar, that support to resistance level flip. So it's clearly a level in the market that's going to have some price action when we trade into this level, and it's not a major move to the upside. It's close to 200%. If we look at our current price, we look 150% away. So obviously a really solid trade, 150% to the upside, but overall, this would be one of the first levels I'm looking to get out of ETC. And how perfect does it actually line up with? It lines up with the high of the 2018 bull run. So it's clearly showing that there is some significance in the market. If we are to make higher prices to the upside and actually beat the old all-time high, one of the things I like to do is the Fibonacci trend-based extension, go from this low all the way to the high in 2022, then extend it to this current low, and we're really looking at this 1618 level. It's actually a ratio based off the low to the high to this low extended 1.618 times. Overall, this is the levels that we see Bitcoin and Ethereum when we do make all-time highs in the market. These are some of the levels that we see price actually trading to. So we can see from our current level around 1700%. So obviously massive potential in ETC, but the thing is a little bit far-fetched because we've got 150% and we've got a 1700%, and there's really not that much in between. And again, the reason being is, as I showed you, we went from $45 all the way up to $180 and then instantly down. There's really not much price action traded in between. So for ETC specifically, it's going to be a coin that we're really going to need to take notice of, watching every single week, actually noting how it's moving, how it's correlating to the entire market, and then actually make some of our decisions to trim out at close to 300, 450%, and some of these levels if we are expecting these major pushes to the upside. Smash the like, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the notification bell, check out this video description. I have my trading masterclass at 50% off, and you can sign up with the top global crypto exchange.